Hey guys, welcome back to another tutorial. What you are looking at is my one of my first granny square design patterns that I wrote. It is called the double squared granny square. As you see that this little granny square is on top of the bigger granny square. This is the original design that I did. It is a bigger one because it was originally done with a bigger size hook and a thicker yarn. And then this is the smaller version. It's done with a little bit of a smaller hook and a thinner yarn. So this was done with the Red Heart Love yarn and about a 5mm hook. And I'm not sure which yarn I did this with. I think this was one I got out of a Meals Ends bag. And I did this one with about a 6mm. So there's a big difference. And I did this with a multicolor, not a multicolor, but I did it in multicolors. So I did with two different types. So I did it in a teal, and I also did it in a darker teal, so you could see the color effects. And this one I just made in a solid color, which is peach. So I really liked it. It gave it a 3D effect. And of course, like I said, I did write the pattern for this, and I am going to share it with you on video. And you will be able to find this free pattern on my business page at Stitchin Stacy's Crochet this week. I will have that posted there for you. And I am going to do this free pattern with you. And I am going to use, I'm just going to do a two color so I can show you where to change a color. So I'm just going to use the Red Heart, it's like an olive speckled, and then I'm just going to use the lime green. So I think I'm going to go in the middle of these two, and I'm going to use, let's see, I did the H hook for this one. And I did the J hook for this one, so I think I'm going to use the I hook for this one. And by the way, while I'm showing, I wanted everyone to see my newest addition. This is, of course, for Easter. So my new Easter set of Easter Bunny hooks, and you can find those on my Stitchin Stacy's Crochet business page as well. And I will put the link in the description box, as I always do. And these are available for purchase on my page if you like those. So we will be using the green one. So I'm going to put these out of the way, and we are going to get started with the pattern. So what we're going to do, we're going to start with our olivey green color here, and we're going to start with a slip knot. Okay, let's unroll my yarn here. And what we're going to do is we're going to, of course, start, I'm going to leave this here. We're going to start with the top square. Now what we're going to do is we're going to chain 6 to start with, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Scooch that there, and let me zoom in a bit here. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is your slip stitch into that first chain that we did make. Okay, so pull all these, make sure they're good and snug. Okay, so now what you're going to do is for round 1, we are going to chain 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then what I want you to do is single crochet, working over that tail into that ring. And let's do that a total of 3 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then single crochet into that center ring as we're working over this tail while we're going. Okay, let's chain 6 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Go back into that ring and single crochet, and let's do this one last time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so let's go back into that ring and do that last single crochet. Alright, so now what you're going to do now from this point is you can also clip that tail now if you'd like. That should be pretty well safe, and I'm not sure where my scissors are, so we'll just leave that for now. What you're going to do now is you're going to take and you're going to go into this first chain 6 gap for a slip stitch, okay? And now you're going to work a you're going to work 3 double crochet, okay? So let's do a chain 3. That's going to act as your first double crochet, or not as your first double crochet. That is not going to be your first double crochet. So let's do 3 doubles here. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now you're going to chain 1, and then you are going to put another 3 double crochet. So we're working our corners here into the same chain 6 space. Okay. Okay, so that's going to be your first corner. Now you're going to go directly into this next chain 6 space for 3 double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, okay, and then we're going to chain 1, and then you're going to do another 3 double crochet. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Alright, so let's start working on the other half here. So we're just going to immediately jump into the next chain 6 gap, and we're going to do 3 double crochet. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so let's do our chain 1, and now go right to our next 3 double crochet into the same gap. 1, 2, and 3. And now in our last corner, we're just going to go directly in for 3 double crochet. 1, 2, and 3. Now chain 1, and we're going to do our last 3 double crochet. So that's 2 and 3. Okay, and now you're going to join into the top of that chain 3 right there with a slip stitch. Okay, scooch this back a bit, and now if you look, you have a perfect little square for our first round and our second row.